My royal babes, is the feminine woman always the catch? Let's get right into the video. So basically, I don't like using terms like prize and or catch, but since the Simone Biles video came out where her husband was like, oh, I am the catch, it made me understand why some men, even the richest men, will see the feminine woman as a catch. And it made me see Secretary Kim in this video in a different light. Her whole feminine essence in a different light. In a world of irresistible characters, Kim Iso, who was the secretary, that's basically a boss. Even though her boss was a high-value man, actually in his own words, the most sought-after bachelor, because he was rich and he was a chebo, which in Korea is like the rich people. He did not look at his riches or being high value, because she saw that in herself that she is the prize. She is the one to be caught. She was the jewel. Of course, he's also a treasure and he's a blessing, but she's the one to be sought after. And that's why we say catch. There's so many other Korean drama character women, but Secretary Kim, she was one in a million. So she was basically his secretary for 9 years, and she stood out because of how much she embraced femininity. They literally described her as femininity, and that made her the prize. She had a warm, compassionate, nurturing nature, and she had a self-worth. She knew who she was. That even when she was standing next to a wealthy, high-value man, she knew that she was the ultimate catch. She was totally wifey material. She's good at setting boundaries and sticking to a high standard. Even when there was a chance that she's going to lose this high-value man. There's not a lot of people like her boss. But she rejected him like 5 times until he came correct. He was not coming correct and he was not meeting a standard. So no. Even if I'm going to lose him, I have this abundance mindset that if he came, then there will be somebody else. She even told him that he's not her type because he was a narcissist and she wanted somebody who was compassionate and caring. So if you are not all that and you don't get your act together, then we are not going to be together. And that's why it's very intriguing to compare to somebody like Simone Biles, whose husband was considering himself to be the catch, and which in that case was quite true because she pursued him. That's why the woman is said to be the catch, because the man is the hunter and they're literally going for the prey, and not because the woman is above the man or whatsoever. So in that case, it's true that he was the catch because she was the hunter. If it was any other woman, they would have just given in because they don't have that abundance mindset. Like Gia from Singles Inferno, she also had this abundance mindset that if this high value man is there and he wants me, there will be another high value man because this one doesn't meet my standard. She also provides a safe place for her boss when he became her partner or boyfriend. So, irresistible authenticity. What makes these qualities that she has irresistible? It's not about having a wealthy man by your side. It's about being the prize that he cannot resist. Not just any trophy, the prize. For more information on how to embrace your femininity, head over to my channel and watch the video titled How to Be a Feminine Woman, because ultimately there's nothing more powerful than a woman who knows her worth. I know it's hard to be in our feminine because in this world we've been told that in order to get by we have to act like men, we have to be in our masculine, we have to be independent. So watch my video on independent women so that you understand that we don't have to be masculine, we can be soft, we can be feminine. So it was not about, oh, I have to bring this money to the table or whatever. He was already a rich man. He has everything, so he didn't need her money. But what he didn't have, she brought it to him. She complimented him with her caring nature, her nurturing nature, her compassionate nature, being able to listen to him. Wifey material. She's not just any catch or a prize. She's the epitome of wifey material. We see that there's a play between dark and light femininity. So she's not just light and like, oh, I'm going to do, like I'm calm, I'm feminine, I'm nurturing. No, she has boundaries and she sets standard. That's where her dark femininity also comes in. If you want to know the differences between dark and light, I made a video on Gia and Silky. Please watch after this video comparing them. So she's very playful and she's very calm, but she also has high standards and she has boundaries. Just because he's a rich man, she doesn't waver. And she doesn't succumb to the pressure of societal expectations on having to get married because it was her time to get married. But when it was her time to get married, she stood firm on it that now is my time to get married. I don't care what society thinks of me. So even when she was about to leave, he offered her deals like being in a director position, free accommodation, clearing her debts. She didn't compromise on her values, and she didn't care what he thought about marriage. Because when she told him that she's leaving for marriage, he was like, "What, marriage?" But she didn't care. If that's how she felt, that was fine. She stood up for herself and she spoke her feelings. Even though the power dynamics was off because he was her boss, she still spoke to him, but she didn't shout or she spoke in a calm way, but she was still speaking for herself. And that's what high value men love. They love a woman who can speak for herself, not just a woman who is just a doormat, because you think that's what submission is. No, submission is not being a doormat. And I made a video on submission. Make sure you watch it after this video. What's remarkable is her refusal to conform to societal norms. So she doesn't flaunt her relationship on social media. She doesn't care about being called a gold digger because people started to call her a gold digger. She maintains her dignity. She remains true to herself and she works hard to fulfill her family responsibilities. Even though she was the youngest in the family, she still worked hard, working a job that she did not want so that she can provide for her siblings since their parents died. She was basically working in a job that she didn't like. That's how come she started working for her boss. She could have easily gone for OnlyFans or going around sleeping with people just to raise money because she was this gorgeous girl. But no. But that shows that she was a Proverbs 31 woman. Because she's not going to do OnlyFans or sleep around or whatsoever. Even though she was not totally a Proverbs 31 woman because, well, she didn't have the God of the Proverbs 31 woman. She was getting there. And I'm going to give you more tips on how to be truly a Proverbs 31 woman. So make sure you watch to the end of the video. So in the relationship, she doesn't choose to pursue someone just because of their status or whatever. She values considerate individuals above possessions. And that's why she went on the blind date with that guy. And her boss was so jealous. She also helped him to heal together. Even when he wanted to bury the secret. She was like, no, this is our time for us to heal. He saved her when they were younger. They got kidnapped and he saved her. And he wanted to hide it because he didn't want her to experience the trauma that he was experiencing. But she made sure to set the record straight and find the truth even when he didn't want to. And he was like, it's better to bury the truth. And that way she helped him and her heal together. Where can you find this asset? It's in a feminine woman. A woman who embraces that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. And it's just her style, how she walks and how she talks shows that she's this feminine woman. Her style is very feminine. She also reassures him, giving him a nod when he's about to start something. She speaks her mind. She cares for him when he's hurt. And even though it was her job role, it was basically training for wifey time. So she spoke her mind when his rich parents wanted a huge wedding and buying luxury stuff and she didn't want that. She spoke her mind. And imagine how scary it is that these people are not only just chibos, which are rich of rich people. They are your in-laws, yet you are able to speak your mind. Also on the day off, when he came to give her a luxury experience, she stuck to her guns. That no, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to succumb to what you want me to do. And he still came along with her and they enjoyed the day. Give it to me, seriously. He was offering like a private jet to Japan, eating sushi and sitting on the water or whatever in Paris, all in one day. I was like, what? And I would have chosen it, but no, not Kimi. So she stuck to what she wants to do. And that made him respect her. And that made him see that she's not just all about the money or whatever. Because yes, he can be rich, he can have money and the rest. But if he does not have a moral code, if he's not a godly Christian man, which is what we are going for, then what's there to, like, okay, next. And when he started to show signs of interest, she didn't start to pursue him. That, oh, you are this rich man. See, you've shown me that, oh, you allow me to marry you. Because that's what he said. When she was just like, she was about to leave because of marriage, she was like, fine, I'm going to let you marry me. Like, what? What in the marriage proposal? And then later he's like, I'll let you date me. But she didn't start to pursue him or take his word. No, she was laid back. And then she also dated. And that's why she went on the blind date. He had everything, but he was still not her type. Because what she needed was a considerate person. And that's how he also came correct. And even though he basically asked her out like 5 times, so she always rejected him, he finally came correct. And he proposed well. And they got married. Thing is, she was still working on her femininity because she found it hard to accept help or accept things. Because she has always been doing it all her life. She has always been the one helping people. But then she changed. And then she was able to accept help from him. She was also honest with her feelings to not confuse him. Because even though she rejected him several times, his brother was also in there. He also wanted to get in there. He wanted to be with her. Yes, that's what it is with a feminine woman. Every guy wants to be with her. But then she was honest with her feelings to her boss so that he does not get confused that, oh, does she like my brother now? These are some of the qualities that showed that she was in her feminine. She was able to let go of control. She was pure-hearted. She was good-natured, warm, friendly, caring and nurturing. She had no bitterness. She was completely healed after they found out about the kidnapping. She's able to walk away. She has the abundance mindset. She has self-respect and high standards. She gave him like a little board when he became the CEO or something. That was so cute. It doesn't have to be so big. It has just a personalized sweet gesture. Especially for a man that has everything already. Just makes him feel like you are thinking of him. She's a slow burner. She values herself and she does not look for validation in others. She has feminine, quiet confidence with her body language, posture and mannerisms and how she carries herself. She has good eye contact with her smile. And to be a godly feminine woman, you have to have all these traits of being a feminine woman, but you need to have God. And that is who a true Proverbs 31 woman is. A Proverbs 31 woman is trustworthy. She seeks godly character. Because charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Proverbs 31:1 says, a wife of noble character who can find? She is far more worth than rubies. She knows her worth and she dresses modestly. She has a relationship with God and she listens to God on the advice of the man that she should go for. She understands that men and women are different, but we have equally important roles within the family and society. And examples of feminine women in the Bible are Ruth, Esther, Mary, Lydia, Priscilla, and Deborah. If you want to know more about true love and how to find it, I have a free ebook for you. Link is in the description. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and watch my next video on who a woman is.